What's going on, guys? It's Shed. So I just spawned in with a pistol that I haven't seen yet. This one's called the Bruin 45. I can level up this pistol too. Can't even select this pistol and I can level it up. I guess it's working the same way as it does usually with the MP5 that people were doing. So there's like a little bug that you can do with overkill. It's lagged out. Are we good? I can't even crouch. I'm like, it's lagging so bad. I'm leaving. Where am I dying from? I hate you all. So really quick, I want to thank you guys for all the love and support on the video yesterday. That shit ended up at like number 5 trending or something like that, which is definitely one of the highest trending things I've ever had, I think. So thank you guys so much for that. Definitely some angry people out there. They're pissed off about, you know, slide canceling not being in the game or one thing or another. But me, ultimately, overall, I've been enjoying Modern Warfare 2. I obviously haven't played Warzone 2 or anything like that, how some people are feeling about that. But as a multiplayer guy, I actually really like this. Yeah, so the way I got that Bruin pistol is my class looked like this. I was trying to do that one glitch that everybody was doing in order to get the MP5. You basically just put a shotgun primary, then you put overkill on, and it'll automatically turn your secondary into the Lockman, I don't know. Then it'll give you like the AR version of the MP5, which you can then level up to like level 20, as you can see right there. At a certain point, you end up unlocking like the receiver and all that stuff to turn it into a sub, so it's actually pretty good. But now you notice though, I have 2 primary weapons sitting there, but I don't have any overkill on at all on my class. So the game, I guess, recognizes that when I spawn in, and it takes away that AR out of my secondary and turns it back into a pistol, but it's not a pistol that we can even use. That's interesting, and it can level up. So for example, right here, since I have EOD on it, we'll edit this. Change this over to overkill. It took all of my attachments off. Okay. I was sniping a little bit. I didn't really have any other highlights other than running into a guy that was like glitching through the walls and shit, but I think other people are already dealing with that anyway and have seen plenty of clips of it. So also yesterday I managed to actually get like the 120 hertz working on the PS5. This is actually really playable. This is really nice. I'm on 105 FOV, so I'm not maxed out FOV, so I don't know if like anybody else is experiencing any other frame stuff, but once I swapped over to like the performance mode and 120 hertz and all that shit, it doesn't feel like I'm lagging anymore. It's so strange. I don't know how to explain that. Obviously 60 hertz is less smooth than like 120 hertz, right? But it was weird. Like I noticed hitching on 60 hertz. It's strange. And if anything, I expected more hitching if I was gonna end up turning up my hertz, because there would be some sort of like weird issue. People have told me that they crash and other things like that. You know, since I don't really know shit about guns, I never thought that I would like it, whatever the AR version of like an MP5 typically is, whatever receiver or like whatever family that's a part of. Also, you can slide cancel in the game, but I'm pretty sure that they're just gonna patch anything out that can make it so you can slide cancel, so I don't really know if it's really worth learning and spamming and shit. You're off, wait to me. So the slide cancel, there's a whole bunch of different ways that a whole bunch of people are doing. There's like 3 or 4 different techniques I've been seeing, but basically I've just been doing this. I just slide ADS melee, and it allows you to just slide cancel around and shit. But it's not really as good. The speed on it isn't really that great. You don't really keep momentum as good as you used to. I didn't even know you could climb up that way, and I'm the one that climbed up it. It's so strange that this shotgun is available right at the start, but then there's also, like, no attachments for it. Like, certain weapons in the game just, well, actually, a good majority of the weapons just do not level up. It's strange. Overall, when I was watching the COD Next gameplay and stuff like that, and just seeing people play it in the stream and everything, and the thing is, whenever you go to any of these events with these other players that are typically pretty good, well-seasoned players that are not gonna just sit around and, I don't know how else to explain it, they wouldn't sit there and embarrass themselves by sitting around and camping and hiding. All of these players tend to just kind of test things out. They try to do stupid, wacky, weird shit. They try to be aggressive with certain things. They try to set up certain things to see what's possible sometimes, what they can think of in that moment. So typically, whenever you see any of this playtest footage, you end up seeing a lot more aggressive play than you would typically see in the overall game. Play the edge, bitch. I knew as soon as he didn't peek that after getting the stun, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna flank. But surprisingly, after playing just for like a whole day and on day one where it's usually super sweaty and everything, I mean, given obviously it's just all consoles and shit, so, you know, we haven't ran into the absolute best of the best setups with the fastest reaction times. Has anyone else figured out how to hear people in-game? I still cannot hear anyone in-game at all. I've changed the audio playback thing to headset. I've changed it to default. I'm happy to say after this time, this game doesn't have nearly as many like camping issues and spots and a whole bunch of things that basically empower that playstyle. The playstyle is still there. The playstyle is still viable. It's not simply far too strong and empowered with a million different tools to help them do so. The super fast TTK on this game does really help with that kind of, you know, play style though. That hiding, scared style, it works more and more the easier it is for them to hide themselves and shoot people that aren't even actually in gunfights against them. They take only one-sided gunfights, whereas pretty good seasoned players can kind of do it all. One thing I noticed is that the stuns are actually pretty good. Honestly, like the overall kills in like whole domination matches, the fact that I've barely seen any games where like I have some games in there where, you know, you can obviously get over 50 kills. It's just like the majority of games, I mean, the second place on my team's going negative, you know what I mean? It's it's kind of rough out here. The thing that people mention hating most on this game is that whole like slide cancel fiasco. And even then, like, it's not even that important, to be honest. I tried talking about it before where I don't think people necessarily understood exactly how much people were truly attached to that kind of movement and stuff. But at the same time, and I feel you, I understand you. I love all my classic old stuff that I like from the older Call of Duties and the multiplayer and stuff like that. I understand not liking them taking away things that you're used to, and it feels like a skill gap, but I also understand why. And the fact that you can't slide cancel really that well in the game, even if you do all of these little tricks, it doesn't really make the game any better or worse. You're gonna find new movement strategies and ways. Drop shotting and snaking is back at the moment. That's a whole different skill set that people in Warzone never even really use. There were other Call of Duties that absolutely utilize snaking a lot. One thing that I do actually like on this game is, even though the weapon sounds and everything are absurdly loud, crazy punchy, one of the punchiest, most annoying things that I would hear in Modern Warfare 2019 was the initial noise when you got shot. That cracking, loud, like, bang, whip, crack sound. I don't know how else to explain it. It's terrible, and it would always make me turn my headset down. I absolutely hate it. This game does a lot better job of, you know, not blowing your ears out when you get shot. So seriously, thank you guys so much for that, because I really couldn't handle it. That did not happen on all of the other Call of Duties like that. Stun. Stun, stun. It's crazy too, because I'm pretty sure I have battle hardened on this class, do I not? I have battle hardened on, and again, I cannot fight back when someone stuns me. Why is it that in Vanguard and Cold War, Tac Mask and battle hardened and shit like that, those equivalents, why are those very effective against stuns and flashes, but in the Modern Warfare series, they must make it so they have to at least be kind of a little bit effective? Why is it always this way? I mean, I know the answer, but like, I really want them to answer that out loud. Why does Battle Hardened never actually help? What is the purpose of the perk then? We're gonna do this now for the second game in a row. And I'm not even gonna say second year. You're in like year 3 or 4 or whatever it is of this Modern Warfare design and idea. They, again, want people to be able to just pick up cheap kills. They want to be able to make it so they can get kills on people that cannot fight back. Again, leaning into that whole, you know, playstyle, empowering it. Just little things like that is what I mean by empowering. And although I'm not like a giant fan of every single map on the game, I don't immediately dislike them or immediately like want to back out because of the map I got. So I mean, oh man, he really would just sit there and not push with him. That's a 2-piece. Saw him challenging, he would have tried to go for the wall bang otherwise, blew him away, went up the stairs, chowed that guy, killed him. As soon as we get a beat on like exactly how the movement and everything is gonna be, I mean, if this is a game where slide canceling is just gone, end up doing away with all of the little quote bugs or glitches or quote exploit that are allowing people to do this stuff, ultimately I feel like maybe they'll fix it if it ends up being too big of a problem, because I don't even think it's that effective. I don't even think it's as good as it was back on Modern Warfare 2019. Obviously this game has its issues. Our character likes to hold their weapon like this. They use their ring finger for pulling the trigger. I'm enjoying myself. I'm gonna go play. I'm gonna go grind some more. Oh, also tonight there is a UFC event. It's Corey Sandhagen versus Song Yadong. Song Yadong, really powerful striker, young. He's like 25, some shit. Against Corey Sandhagen, seasoned vet at this point, 30 years old, not even peak yet. championship material, been through multiple championship caliber fights and fighters. Win or lose, has that experience. I'm gonna pick Corey Sandhagen.